Yeah.
But yeah, so as I've gotten older, I mean, this is making me sound very tortured, but yeah, I'm as Carrie Bradshaw would say, I am open for love, ready for love, all of that nonsense. But yeah, I guess to be someone who is, and I hate to use this word, and please don't crucify me, but older, I feel older. I went to the doctor recently, and she asked if I was planning to have kids, and I said I've always wanted to. She gave me a pamphlet about childbearing later in life, and I said, "Oh no, this isn't for me. I'm in my 30s." And she said, "Well," and then she just kind of trailed off. I was like, "Oh, I get what you're.
Man.
Thank you for that."
Oh.
So I think for me, it's like I have to sort of just be okay with it. It has to not be a heavy burden in my life, and I have to surround myself with people who understand that and understand that it's not something that I'm choosing to be stressed out about. There are plenty of things in my life to be stressed out about. Whether or not I'll get married, I gotta deprioritize it. So
yeah.
Long story short, I'm miserable. No, I'm kidding. No, my life is fine.
I also get a lot of times when I say I'm not interested in getting married or it's not really for me, a lot of people immediately ask me like, well, who hurt you? As if I've
what are you, Drake?
I know.
Annie. Who wounded you? Tell me, Annie. You wounded bird.
It was Drake. It was. He had this song and it stayed with me. And I do have things that I know are not like healthy outlooks on marriage. If I ever get married, I'm having my own separate finances. And that's how it is. But it's not, I'm not some damaged person just like, I can't do it because this gentleman in my youth burned me so hard. People are always looking for what's wrong with you. Why is it that you don't want this? And similarly for me, I'm not totally against it, but it's not a priority. It's very similar. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Kind of like what you were saying with your friend group. My parents have kind of an intense marriage, and I kind of grew up absorbing these signals that marriage was something that added chaos to your life and added stress and added difficulty to your life. Like that was the model of marriage that was presented to me, that it made your life harder. It was something to be endured. And I think because of that, it was something that was sort of easy to kind of not prioritize.
Yeah, you learn the tools of relationships from the relationships you observe. I don't remember who said that, but someone said that. It might have been Kristen and Caroline from the show. Another thing, too, with my friend group that I mentioned, none of them are married. None of them are close to getting married. So I don't have the friend pressure yet. I have a secondary friend group that I'm not as close to, and they're all married with kids and houses. And every time I hang out with them, I do feel a little out of place, but I usually end up having a great time if we go out to bars because I get to go out and flirt with everybody and they have to stay in their group. I'm like, there's a hot person over there. I'll be back in 20 minutes. But I don't have that like friend pressure yet. And I do think of what's going to happen if they all start getting married. It will definitely change the dynamic. And again, this is something we've discussed on the show before. You and Emily interviewed Jill Filipovic, Kristen and Caroline, interviewed Meg Keane, founder of A Practical Wedding. It's a question we struggle with as women. How do we make these marriages work? Anybody, really. Marriages are difficult. And I think we mix up the wedding with the marriage, especially in the United States.
Oh, God. I could talk all day about that. Also, I have a lot of friends who get engaged, and it's like, I mean, I love them, but it's like, no one's ever been engaged in the history of people before. Yeah. Like, coming soon. It's like, it has to be, it's such a production. And I'm like, okay, we get it. It's like, we get it.
Like a blockbuster movie.
Yeah. And so that's irritating. But what's also irritating is this thing that celebrities do where they get engaged and they're like, oh, we're doing it very private. And then they still like post it on Instagram. So it's like, by virtue, like you don't get brownie points for having a like private, understated engagement and then also reveal that you did it and then like it's just the whole thing, like which is it?
That's true, especially with social media, that it's gone to a whole nother level. Speaking of mixing up the wedding with marriage, I have this quote from Psychology Today, which describes the wedding thusly. Sexist, Beyond parody. The bride appears in a fussy white dress that symbolizes her virtue and virginity, and everyone keeps on remarking on how thin and beautiful she looks. Her father walks her down the aisle to give her away